everyone, and welcome to the latest Love Your video session. And today we're going to love our hips. As we get older, particularly, we need to look after the area around our hips and the muscles and the joint itself. It's a really important area of the body. If you think about it, our pelvic area, the muscles around our hips and the joint itself hold a lot of our body weight. It all goes down through our hips, and it's really important to keep it supple and strong as we get older. This will potentially help us to have fewer niggles and aches and pains in our hip joint, and hopefully prevent us having to have hip replacements, but exercise can only help. So we're going to start off today, we're going to have a chair nearby, and we're thinking, as I said, about the actual hip joint and the muscles that attach around that joint to help keep it supported and strong. They sort of originate in the pelvis area and they go right down the upper leg, attaching to the femur, and some of them even going down beyond the knee. We're going to have the chair nearby, as I said, using it as a little bit of support, still pulling up through our core, so helping us maintain our balance. But because I want the focus to be on our hips and not on balancing, we're going to have a chair here for the first bit, just to give us that little bit of support. Starting off with the chair on your right side, we're just going to get the joints loosened and the muscles ready for work. So pull up through your postural muscles, draw your shoulders back and down and open out across the chest. Have your feet hip width apart with both feet firmly on the floor. And we're going to start by lifting up and down alternate legs, just loosening through that joint, getting our thigh muscles working, our glutes engaged, and the hip flexors going down the front here engaged as well. And then just take it to a little angle, just to start rotating that hip joint out, and you can feel it there. Good. Okay, from here we're going to take some circles one way and then the other way. So circle that knee round and then bring it back through. So draw a sort of semicircle with the knee and up and around and up. And one more. Good, lovely. Let's take some leg lifts again, keeping the body upright, thinking about how this is working, what's pulling your leg up and down. Lovely. And then on the other leg, take those hip circles. Doesn't matter which way you go first, just feel, you might be able to feel a bit of a clonk in the hip there, so just take it steady, lifting the leg up as high as you want to, so listen to your own body, but keeping the supporting leg nice and steady. Perfect, good. From here, just using the floor, brush your foot along the floor and just swing your leg forward and back, trying to keep the backward movement nice and low to start off with as we warm up, because it does work the lower back as well. So keep the back bit really low. Take your knee past the other knee just a little bit. Good. And swap to the other side. Forward and back. Swing and swing. Just loosening up through the joint, getting the muscles working. Perfect. And pop it down. Just take those knee lifts again for 8, so 4 more in front, 7, and then out to the diagonal, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. Now swing, right foot, 2, 3 and 4, 5, use the floor, 7, pop it down, other leg, 1 and 2. Brilliant. So you should feel looser and the muscles around there should now be slightly warmed up. Good. Bend your right leg, pull up through your body again and do a movement we've been doing in the weekly workout videos a little bit recently. Sometimes we lie on our side and do these, sometimes we're on all fours, and sometimes we're standing up. Like now, keeping the lower leg steady, keeping your body steady so we're not rocking and rolling with that leg. Everything's steady through here. Bringing the knee bones back together. Don't have your leg too far forward. And then pop it down and do the same on the other leg. So keep the thighs level with each other and just go out and in. Out and in. I've hardly got any weight through my chair. My body is pulling itself up. My hips are back underneath my shoulders. My bottom's tucked in. Lovely, good. And pop it down, excellent. We're now going to think about our left leg or our outside leg, and we're going to lift it straight to the side, straight in front, and then out to the side. Quite often we keep our thigh facing forward. Today I just want a little bit of movement in the hip there, and our knee is going to point up to the ceiling both times. So there, and rotate out there. Lift, pretend you're a ballerina practicing at the bar. Lift and out, good. Lift and out. Now just pick up your chair, either turn around and do exactly the same thing, or just move your chair to the other side. So get a lovely standing position first, and then do it on the other leg. Forward and forward, taking the thigh up to the ceiling, knee up to the ceiling, keeping your chest facing forward, but letting your hips rotate a little bit. Perfect. That's lovely. You can really feel the muscles down the front of your hip working hard. Great stuff. Perfect. Good. Excellent. And just give them a shake out. We're now going to go down onto the floor, so just move your chair out of the way. And we're going to lie on our side to start off with. So as always, we're going to have a lovely, lovely lying position. You can lay all the way down if you want to, with your arm outstretched and your head on your arm. But if you can lie like this, we have a lovely bit of core work going on at the same time. Elbow underneath your shoulder, legs directly out to the side, hips and chest facing forward as always. Just have a little bit of support here with one hand and lift that leg up and down. Perfect. This time, keeping your knee and your thigh and your shin facing straight ahead. So we're working inner and outer thighs, but mainly this bit going up here over this hip. And then stretch your feet and do exactly the same thing. Perfect. Good. Very, very nice. Excellent. Good. Stretch up now and take your foot forward and then back. Really working through the top here. Perfect. Forward and back and forward and back. 4 more. 1, keeping your body steady, just letting the movement come from your hips. I've lost count completely. Let's do 1 more. And down. From here, just point your toes, but not too strongly, and lift your leg right up now, nice and high and down. Lift up, keeping your chest facing straight ahead, but letting your hips move around. So sort of mirroring the movement we did standing up. We've now let the leg rotate to bring it up higher. And then hold it up here as high as you can, keeping your chest forward and your leg high. And pop it down. Let's swivel around to the other side to just do all of that again. Keeping your upper body lifted or lying down if you'd rather. We're allowed to support ourselves today as we lift and lower because we are focusing the work up through this part of the body. And hopefully you can already feel the lovely work that's going on through that hip joint, through the muscles at the top of your leg, deep in your hips. Beautiful. Very, very good. Excellent. Then stretch your feet and go up and down. If you want to make it harder, don't let the legs meet in between. Lovely, good. Making sure you haven't sunk in the upper body here too. Tummy's a tone. Finish down here, stretch forward and pull back. Stretch forward and pull back. Stretch, good, lovely. Stretch and back and stretch and back. Good. Come back to the centre and just put your feet down. From here, we're going to go onto all fours. So movement, again, we do in our weekly workouts. None of these are completely brand new. Spread the weight between your hands and spread your fingers to make it spread throughout your hands better. Have your knees and feet parallel and hip width apart too. Tummy is up and in, shoulders are back and down. From here, think about one leg at a time. We're going to lift out and in, lift out and in. Making sure we don't rock the body from side to side. We're keeping the movement nice and small and under control Our body is beautifully toned. We're just looking on our mats down at the floor in front of our fingers. Lovely. And then take that leg out, straighten it out, pop it on the floor, draw a big part of a circle and bring it in. Take it out, stretch, pop it on the floor, draw around, bring it in. Lift and stretch, take it around, bring it in. Lift and stretch it out, bring it around and in. Lift and stretch, draw around one more time, making sure you haven't dipped in your body around and in. I'm going to turn around, but you don't need to. We're going to do that all on the other leg. So just lift and in. I just turned around so that you could see both legs. My tummy's still toned. My body isn't rocking and rolling as this leg goes up and down. Hopefully it's not anyway. You can message me if you think it is. And then lift up, stretch it out, put it on the floor to bring it back round. Lift, stretch it out, pop it on the floor to bring it around. Lift and stretch, bring it around. And in and lift, stretch, bring it around and in. Perfect. We're racing on through these now because we've got limited time. I'm trying to keep this to 15 minutes. So down on our backs now. And again, we're going to straighten one leg and keep the other leg bent. Pull your toes back towards you and have a lovely lift and lower here. And again, you can feel that lovely work going on through the front of your hips and the stretch at the back. Beautiful. Really, really lovely work going on there. Then keep it up, hold on to your calf or the back of your thigh, pull your toes back towards you and stretch that leg out. Keep going with that, but now move your hands up your thigh, point your toes, bring your leg down, bring your knee right into your chest and just take that leg out and bring it in. Out and in and out and in and out. Keep going and down and in. Feel that lovely work through your hip and down and in, down, close and let's change legs. So stretch the other leg up now, up and down. A few times with a pointed toe, your tummy's toned, your lower back is staying on the floor and then change it to a heel stretch. Getting that leg up as high as you can, no jerks, nice and smooth, and you're controlling your leg up and down. But think about that lovely work that's going on through your hips. Lovely, keep it up there this time. Have a little ease back. Feel that lovely stretch down the back of your glutes there, up into the back of your hips. Lovely, back of your pelvis area. And then bend, hold behind your thigh and bend to pull that thigh in as close to your chest. Bend your knee, point your toes, and then just stretch out. Pull right in again, stretch out. And none of these are jerky moves, they're just nice and smooth, working through that hip joint. And in and stretch, and in and stretch, and in and stretch, and in and stretch, and in. Good. Pop your feet down on the floor, a bit closer to your bottom. Let's just do our pelvic lift, and we're going to lift up, but stay here and really think about the stretch down the front of your hips. Push it up a little bit higher to extend that stretch, and then go down, tucking our tummy in. Lift up and hold, hold, push up a bit higher, feel that stretch and go down. Don't push up so high and forget about the work going on in your back, but just feel that lovely stretch down the front of your hips there, stretching your hip flexors nicely. Lovely. And stretching up, hold it here again. Just relax, well not relaxing, it's not very relaxed here, but just holding it there, tummy toned, hip bones pointing up to the ceiling, and focus your mind on that lovely stretch you have going on down there. Perfect. Come back down and we're going to roll over now onto our tummies. Good. So we're going to do our leg lift that we do quite often down here now. So relaxing the upper body into the floor, maintaining a little bit of tone through our abdominals and just lifting and lowering. And we do this to strengthen our lower back, but today I want you to let the hip bone come off the floor a little bit so that we're doing it for our hips rather than for our lower back. So don't worry about gluing that the bones to the floor here. You can let them come off so that we're working the muscles all around the pelvic girdle, around your hips. Perfect. Let your upper body relax as you lift and lift and lift and lift. Good, well done, well done. We are just going to have a little stretch up here, and again, you can let your hips come off the floor a little bit. Shoulders are back and down, and then relax down. And do that one more time to stretch out. Feel as if you can, see if you can get that stretch right down to the front of your hips there, and back down. Perfect. Okay, we're going to push on up slowly now, coming up through kneeling position, gathering our thoughts, and coming to standing up once again. So let's have our chairs back near us, and we're going to lift up through the body, shoulders back and down. From here, I want you to lift your right leg and slide, using your hands if you want to, slide your leg up to a comfy position. If you can, pop the soles of your feet, keeping the other leg square to the front. Pop the soles of your foot on your inner thigh, just above your knee. If that's too much of a strain, take it down to the side of your calf. But if you can, with a little heave-ho, get it up nice and high and just ease that knee back to really stretch out through the hip joint there. Holding onto your chair but not leaning into it, and lift up through. Isn't this lovely? Shoulders back and down, and stretch up to the ceiling at the same time, keeping your shoulders back and down, but feeling that strength and stretch through your hip, making sure that hip doesn't sink out. Pull up through your supporting leg and recover. Let's do it on the other leg. So again, you're allowed to help your leg up. Again, keep it on the side of your calf. Try to avoid the knee joint, avoid pushing the knee joint out, and pop it where you feel comfy. Good. Knees turned out as much as it can be, and the other leg is just pointing straight ahead, and we're not letting that hip pull out. We're pulling up our own body weight. And then stretch your arm, doesn't matter that it's the same arm, up overhead. Have a lovely stretch up there, and then come down and come down. Fantastic. Just to finish us off, let's take some of those lovely hip swings again. There is another little move after this, but we can do that. So when I said just to finish us off, didn't quite mean it. And then pop it down and swing the other leg, just to loosen off. Taking care not to overwork the lower back. Tummy's toned and pulled in, shoulders are back and down. And we're letting the legs swing quite freely but under control. Knee going down to the floor, not out to the side. Good, lovely. Push the chair away again for one moment. Let's lie down on our backs and do some of our usual hip stretches. So the first one we're going to do, relaxing the body into the floor, tummy toned, back down close to the floor. Just pop the soles of your feet together and have a lovely stretch here, and let your hips just relax outwards there. It may be your knees go all the way to the floor, it may be they're up here somewhere. Just enjoy your own personal stretch and let the legs just relax outwards, knees just relax out, but keep your core muscles, your abdominal muscles toned to keep your lower back near the floor. Very nice. Well done. Bring the knees in. And now just pop this good old favourite of mine. I think we should all do these several times a week. Just lifting that leg off with your ankle over the top of your thigh. Push your knee out. So we're all familiar with this move now. Just having a lovely stretch. We're easing that knee back. We're pulling this thigh back a tiny bit and having a lovely stretch down here. And like I say, I really thoroughly recommend we all do these sort of exercises a few times a week. And pop it down and then do a little swap. They're really good. If you're runners or you've been walking a long way, You might often get hip ache. I went through a phase of that when I wasn't doing so many of these exercises, and since doing these exercises again, don't get any hip ache after long walks or runs or spinning classes anymore. So they are well worth doing. And then pop it down and down. And to finish us off completely, just have a little curl in. If you want to lift your head and shoulders just around your back, you can, or you can leave it down. From here, have a little roll up and just relax when you get there. Well done. I hope your hips enjoy that. And if you can get that one done, 2 or 3 times a week, I'm sure you'll really feel the benefits. So have a little go at that one and let me know how you get on. Well done.